Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're re-diving into one of the biggest what-ifs in all of science fiction. What if Anakin Skywalker never turned to the dark side? We all know the tragic story of the Chosen One, the hero who fell and became the dreaded Darth Vader. But what if he had resisted Palpatine's manipulation? What if he chose love and light over fear and power? Let's explore that alternate timeline. Our story diverges at a critical moment in Revenge of the Sith. Anakin has just defeated Mace Windu, but instead of striking him down, he steps back. He pulls his lightsaber away, looks at Palpatine, and says, "I will not be a part of this. You are under arrest, Chancellor." In that single act of defiance, the galaxy's fate is rewritten. Mace Windu, though injured, recovers, and with Anakin's help, they successfully apprehend Palpatine. The shocking truth is revealed to the Senate and the Jedi Council. The Chancellor, the man they trusted, was the Sith Lord orchestrating the entire war. The immediate aftermath is chaotic, but ultimately, it's a victory for the Republic. With Palpatine exposed, the Clone Wars come to an abrupt and decisive end. The Separatist leaders, no longer puppets of a Sith Lord, are quickly rounded up or surrender. The galaxy breathes a collective sigh of relief. But for Anakin, the real journey is just beginning. He confessed everything to the Jedi Council, his fears for Padmé, his marriage, her pregnancy. This would have been unthinkable before, but his loyalty in that crucial moment earns him a measure of trust he never had. The Jedi Order is forced to look inward. Anakin's actions prove that their rigid dogma and emotional detachment were not just flawed, but dangerous. They almost lost the Chosen One because they refused to acknowledge his humanity. Led by a humbled Yoda and a grateful Mace Windu, the Council begins a period of profound reform. They start to understand that attachment isn't inherently a path to the dark side. Rather, it's the fear of loss that is. They begin to accept love and compassion as strengths, not weaknesses. Anakin Skywalker, the man who walked to the edge of the abyss and chose the light, becomes the central figure in this new, more balanced Jedi Order. And what about Padmé? She gives birth not in fear and secrecy, but in joy, with Anakin by her side. They welcome their twins, Luke and Leia, into a galaxy at peace. Anakin becomes the first Jedi in generations to openly have a family. This sets a new precedent, showing that a Jedi can serve the Force and the galaxy while also embracing personal love and connection. Imagine young Luke and Leia growing up in the Jedi Temple, two incredibly Force-sensitive children guided by their father, Master Anakin Skywalker, and their wise uncle Obi-Wan Kenobi. Anakin's power, now untainted by fear and anger, reaches its full potential. He isn't just a great warrior, he becomes a wise and compassionate leader. He works alongside the new Chancellor, perhaps Bail Organa or Padmé herself, to heal the scars of the Clone Wars and transform the Republic into a true galactic alliance built on freedom and justice. He would travel the galaxy, not as a general, but as a peacekeeper and a diplomat, his very presence a symbol of hope and redemption. He would become the ultimate embodiment of the Chosen One prophecy, not by destroying the Sith in a blaze of anger, but by bringing true, lasting balance to the Force through his choices and his light. The threat of the Sith isn't completely gone, of course. Palpatine's legacy and his dark side secrets would still linger. This would create new challenges for the Jedi. Perhaps they would have to hunt down hidden Sith acolytes or cleanse dark side verges across the galaxy. But now they would face these threats united, with Anakin Skywalker leading the charge. Luke and Leia would grow into their power, becoming formidable Jedi Knights in their own right, learning from the greatest Jedi of the era, their own father. The Skywalker lineage would become a beacon of light, not a dynasty of darkness. Obi-Wan would likely take a prominent role on the reformed Jedi Council, his brotherly bond with Anakin stronger than ever. He'd be the proud, slightly mischievous uncle to the twins, watching the man he trained become the hero he always knew he could be. The tragedy of their duel on Mustafar would be replaced with decades of friendship and shared purpose. Ahsoka Tano, upon hearing of Anakin's triumph and the Jedi's reform, would almost certainly return. She would see that the order she'd left had finally become something she could believe in again, and she would stand beside her master as a knight and a friend. So in this timeline, the Galactic Empire never rises. Alderaan is never destroyed. The Rebel Alliance is never needed. The galaxy avoids decades of tyranny and war. It's a brighter, more hopeful galaxy, all because one man, at the moment of his greatest trial, chose to trust his heart instead of his fear. He chose to save the man he was, rather than become the monster he was told he had to be. Anakin Skywalker remains a hero, a husband, a father, and the greatest Jedi the galaxy has ever known. It's a beautiful thought, isn't it? It shows us that no matter how dark things seem, there is always a choice. There is always a path back to the light. What do you guys think? What other changes would have happened if Anakin stayed a Jedi? Let me know your theories down in the comments. It's always fun to explore these alternate paths together. If you enjoyed this journey into a different Star Wars reality, please hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe and ring the bell so you don't miss our next deep dive. Thanks for watching. And as always, may the Force be with you.